real estate professional, investor, and builder. It is Wednesday, right? So June. So we're coming toward middle of the year. So time really fly fast. Um, I spoke to a lot of client, and I spoke to a lot of client, and you know the retail industry, having some difficulty, because of a lot of anchor tenant is in trouble financially and filing bankruptcy, and we see a lot of those. We got J.C. Penney, we got 24 Hour Fitness, we got Sigru, and then we got Herb. We got a lot of anchor are filing bankruptcy. So I've been through a couple crises in my life. You know, when the Saigon fall in 1975, I went to China, and then I escaped from Vietnam to China, make my way 6 months in China, and then make my way to Hong Kong. So it took us like almost like 3 years stay in Hong Kong, right? So I finally make my way to the Philippines and end up in Seattle in 1993, and then I started the real estate in 1998. So my first, crisis, was 1989. So the second crisis was the market, changed during the 2007, 2008, or it lasted all the way until like 2011, 2012, right? So, I look at like investing in real estate, So, over the 20 years, we serve over 3,000 customers, in the local area. So I look at for those professionals that been locally here at the Northwest Multiple Listing Service, right? So our office is a Prudent, Windermere office. Our number is 3824, right? So even in the market, like 10 years ago, which is 2010, this is the track record from the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. We, be able to serve over 296 customers in 1 year, right? So out of this one here, if you look at it, the total sale for 1 year is about $84 million, and the listing units were represented the seller at 180 units, and then we representing the buyer control sale is 116 units. So if you can see, like the average sale price, back in 2010, at the last market change, if you look at the average home price, if you look at like take the 84 million and divide it by 296 units, right? So the average price is about like 288, right? So if you look at the 296 units closed, in 1 year, at the, when the market were in the downfall, right? So when the market is changing, so we be able to help, those clients, with their American dream owning a home, right? But look at the 10 years later, 2020. And I look at the home price back in the whereby King County and Sonoma County, the average home price is 288, but today in Sonoma County, average home price is above $550,000, right? And the average home price in the King County, $675,000, right? So if you look at home in the last 10 years, residential alone, right? The price appreciated, the price is appreciated like double, right? So investing in real estate, it definitely is a great investment, right? Real estate is creating the most millionaire in the world, right? So the most millionaire in the world coming out of real estate, right? So we look at the market like the USA. The real estate is really local. We're right here in Washington State. And it's just local. What happened in Detroit, Michigan, with the auto industry. What happened in California, a different market. But in Washington State, a different market, right? So we operated. We starting from here. But Seattle is it's a home of many global companies like Boeing, Microsoft, Amazon, Expedia, and Starbucks. And a lot of this giant corporation that chose to locate it to Seattle because of a high quality of life and very very educated workforce, right? So the market is it's one of the most active real estate market in the country, and the key requirement for the housing is a strong population, right? A positive migration. As you can see, it is a Pacific Rim, so it's a Pacific Rim, and we have a lot of people that moving into our marketplace from Asia. We have a lot because of it, and we have a lot of people that moving into our state, for high paid job and no state income, like a lot of folk that move in from California. So the job and the income growth, within the Seattle market. So what we do is we focus on the urban infill, right? We are focused on urban infill development, right? So very high demand, right? A very resilient market. And so what we do is that we chosen to recycle the land and the tablet, tablet the neighborhood and reduce the suburban sprawl and environmental sustain. So that's why we are investing into, Seattle modern living. So let me kind of share with you, that, invest into the location, very strong location, right? Very strong location, high pay job, positive migration, and as you can see the local employment, it's very very good. So we're talking about a recycle land, right? So a project like this, you know I purchased this asset, right? I purchased this asset. It used to be like two single family home, right? So the technique was a seller financing, so we bought, we bought this two home, and we bought this two home for $540,000, right? And then we demolished as you can see, we demolished one home, and then build, two more home, two modern family home, right? So very productive way to recycle the land, putting up a new, two more, single family home, very productive way. And each of this home here is sold over $800,000. So the urban infill investment development is a very productive way to invest, And then I also look at another project, another project that we, involved with, right? So this is the shopping center, and I know that I spoke to two friends of mine. One friend of mine have 92 shopping center, around the area, and then I talked to another friend of mine. They own like 3 different shopping mall. And I know in today's market, with all the anchor having difficulty with leasing that space, right? A lot of anchor tenants, they, file bankruptcy, and in a situation like that, it's very difficult for owner of the owner investor of the shopping center. So, what our approach were, because of the shopping center tendency to have a lot of big parking space, right? So what we do is that we do we add on another multi-family into the existing shopping center, right? So with the changing in the shopping center across the country, right? If you can see, like the a lot of anchor tenant, like like Mervyn, J.C. Penney, and Sears, a lot of these anchor tenant is filing bankruptcy, right? So they no longer in the business, which leave a lot of vacant space. So how do we apply the highest and the best yield, for the property? As you can see, we incorporate and build in this type of product. It really really good. So those are the deal that I'm sharing with you, that in today's market, and I hope that you can, I hope that you can learn from it. And as always, appreciating your time, taking your time, by watching the program today, and have a great one.